creation. Focus is in terms of getting leads and sales. So that's the growth module, as we say. So things around SEO, maybe say Google AdWords, social media campaigns. So that's where our expertise lies. So jumping into today's topic, so is AdWords right for us? So I understand that the audience that we would be having would be from maybe say more of a business owners who are trying to explore different digital channels. So today's session, definitely we would see in terms of how do we actually set up a campaign and go through the different steps. But equally important, we will just try to understand whether AdWords is right for us or not. So see, right now, I mean, Google is present everywhere. I mean, everyone uses Google. So, but at the same time, the two steps that are required is in terms of maybe say if your customer is currently online searching something in Google, and if you are looking for immediate results, then this is the best channel to go. So just a friendly tip more in terms of, I mean, rather than exploring multiple channels, if you feel that there are a lot of users or your customers who are searching for your service, services online, go ahead, start with Google AdWords. Definitely there will be some small hiccups you would face, but at the same time, it's much better, much faster results that you would get versus all the other channels. So yeah. The agenda for today is, as I said, that primarily we'll try to understand the core concept in terms of how the overall PPC or the AdWords work, whether it's right for your business or not. And actually, I mean, what are the typical costs involved in that Google AdWords, as we say. So the rest of the time, we would definitely do a deep dive in terms of actually opening up the Google AdWords account and setting up a campaign. So it's easier to start. I mean, Google has made it very simple. A lot of people, I mean, our clients also, they immediately, I mean, they can start, get started with this. Definitely, there are much more advanced features that if you're actually looking at optimizing the campaigns, reducing the cost per lead budget and everything, then we need to explore the advanced features that are there. Yeah. So within Google Ads also, I mean, there are a plethora of things that Google gives. The current focus for today is going to be search, which we also call as a PPC ads. But apart from that, so what we mean by search ads, so whenever you search anything, there are this typical few results that come on top where there is a mention of ads. So those are the typical ads that are there. Apart from that, there is display, shopping, video, YouTube is there, and multiple other partners of Google that are there. So we would not be covering any of those today because each and every topic would require a lot of time. But just in terms of the focus is going to be more on the search today. So I am not going deep into this. So everyone knows that search is definitely, it keeps increasing. More and more people are online right now. And because of the Corona and the COVID thing, the number of searches and even the transactions or even the lead generation that are happening online is increasing day by day. And the trend is going to stay. So with that thing in mind, again, so this we had covered earlier in a different topic. So I will just a quick round. You go in Google and try to do something. You go in an Amazon or a Flipkart and do some searches. Then you go on other apps like maybe say LinkedIn or maybe say some of the travel apps that are there. Voice search is increasing. So everything falls under the search purview. And search is more in terms of whenever I need something, I would go in a particular platform and then try searching. And Google is the biggest out there. On the other hand, people also discover your brand or maybe say services or a product via some of these platforms where the person is just there for entertainment or maybe say networking, and then they would discover your product or a service. So in terms of layman terms, how do we get leads via Google Ads? So just to make it very, very simple in terms of say for the ads would show up. So there is a keyword that people are searching. There is a Google Ads that going to add their products and services and everything. And then there is a call to action. So call to action formally, it's more in terms of a form that is there. So here there is a form out there. There is a call or maybe say a discount offer or the going to the next thing. So keywords form a very, very important criteria, and we would not go into too much of a detail in terms of choosing the keywords and everything, but at a very level, there are, I would say, which are likely to convey transactional keywords, where a person is searching with a price in mind, or maybe say understanding the keyword. So when I say transactional keywords, so this is for a dental clinic, so best dentist in Pune. So person is ideally searching for keywords within Pune. So that's a very transactional keyword. They want to visit a particular location. Even within that, there are these hyper local keywords, as we say, like a Viman Nagar, Wakad. So folks who are there into maybe say packers and movers, courier service type of a thing. So all these keywords would make a lot of sense. Informational keywords are more in terms of braces, teeth braces, if I have to just keep talking about the dental industry. And apart from that, what we have seen is there are also a lot of regional keywords that are coming up. So Hindi, Tamil, and whatever language that are. So if you are able to identify these keywords also, and the idea is to have the right set of keywords be targeted on your AdWords campaign. I understand that there are maybe say a few of the B2B companies, or maybe say some manufacturers or training institutes that might be a part of this discussion. So what I have done is I have just taken few examples from this. This is a commercial kitchen company that is there, Graphite. And primarily, if we look at the searches, so commercial kitchen is a keyword that we have used. So there are like 33,000 searches that are happening, and the red boxes actually show the keywords that are more transactional in nature. So a person is searching commercial kitchen equipment manufacturers in Bangalore, and there are like 480 searches that are happening on a monthly basis. Apart from that, commercial oven, so that's a product query that is there. Coffee machine price and everything, again a product transactional query that we see. Ice cube machine. So these are all, I mean, we need to understand our business and try to figure out what type of searches are happening, maybe say at the business level, core category level, maybe, or even at the product or the service level. So healthy searches, search volumes are there. An education institute, maybe say who are into selling of industrial safety courses or safety courses. So primarily the keyword would be safety course. So all different keywords that are there. Healthy volume of maybe say 25,000 searches happening on a monthly basis. College related searches that are there. A person searching for a college, or maybe say an institute, or maybe say a diploma course. So we just need to understand how the user is actually searching, and then we can design or build the keyword accordingly. For a B2B pump related company who is into manufacturing, or maybe say marketing of different type of pumps. So booster pump, maybe say solar pump, a borewell pump. One key point over here, there are also a lot of searches that will be happening on the brand name. So if you are into reseller type of a business and maybe say a Kirloskar, or maybe say Orient fans, or whatever that might be. So all those keywords are also equally important for us to identify and see how we can leverage those type of keywords that are out there. Again, an example of training institute where they are more selling into, I would say, project management courses or nursing courses. So a lot of searches are happening. PMP certification, that's a project management course that is there. 60,000 search volume, 25,000 search volume, automation training that is there, nursing courses. So a lot of people are actually searching online. At our end, what we need to do is identify what type of searches that are happening, and so keywords form the first step. The second is definitely, let's try to understand the overall concept of Google PPC. And honestly, I mean, Google AdWords doesn't require much of a skill set to start with. So again, we have heard about different terms like SEM. So that is search engine. So this is the search engine of Google, and whatever marketing that you do, there is SEM marketing. Google ads or Google text ads that are there. So again, it means the same thing. Pay-per-click, again, it means more or less the same thing. So whenever you hear about all this terminology, what people are talking about is primarily this text ads that you are seeing on the top. And definitely bottom, there is a SEO results that you would see. Now we would start getting a bit more technical in terms of understanding what is an impression, what is a click, what is a lead type of a thing. Primarily, if we have to look into this, I am searching for a keyword like hospital marketing agency. So right now I'm just scrolling down, and below there I would see there are few ads that are there, but I'm not clicking on it. So primarily this is an impression that is happening. A person is not clicking. They are just looking at the ad and then they are just going forward. So these are all impressions that would be counted, but there are no clicks that are coming in. Now I scroll down, I again see that particular ad that is there. If I just click on it, then it becomes a particular click. So from impression, now it has converted to a particular click. I have come to the landing page of this particular website. Now what I'm doing is I'm filling in the form, actual form that is there. So once I fill in the details, the lead would primarily come into my email or a SMS or whatever things that we have configured. So that is how the journey works. So there is an impression ideally. Then there is a click that is happening. And when we talk about a cost per click or maybe say a PPC campaign, predominantly it's this type of campaigns where you ideally see a particular ad and you click on it. So that's the overall, I would say, how a lead gets generated in a particular PPC campaign. We will just try to make some sense in terms of the overall ROI that can be achieved when we are running this Google Ads. So this might be a bit technical, but just I have tried to simplify as much as I can. So there might be maybe say once you start running your AdWords, there would be keywords that you would have chosen, and there would impressions that would start coming in. There is no money that is being spent over here. So for impressions, when I'm running a PPC or a text ad campaign, there is no cost that is being deducted at the Google end. Primarily, the money gets deducted when a person is clicking on that particular ad. So say, for example, there are 10,000 searches that came in, out of which there are 1,000 clicks that came. And this is what we call as a click-through rate. It's a 10% click-through rate. So out of 10,000 impressions, there are 1,000 people who would have clicked. So that's a 10% CTR that we are seeing over here. And let's assume that per click, Google is charging you maybe say 12.5 rupees. So total budget that you have spent in this getting this 1,000 clicks is 12,500 rupees. But again, there are no leads that you have got till now. So this is all just the clicks that you have come in. But now once a person goes to your landing page, they would see that, okay, details are there, and they would actually start filling in the form that is out there. So once a person clicks in the form, that's what we say as the actual conversion or the leads that are coming in. So say, for example, out of the 1,000 people who would have come to your website, so there are 1,000 clicks that are there. Around maybe say 4.5%, around 45 of them actually filled in the name and the details, and you got the customer name and number and email, whatever things that you have required. So that is what we say is in terms of this is the AdWords conversion rate or the leads that you are getting. It's a 4.5% conversion rate that we are getting over here. This cost per lead. So how do I calculate the cost per lead? So the total budget that I have spent, it's 12,500 rupees. And maybe say per, there are total 45 conversions that I have got. So I will just divide this number. So overall it is like 278 rupees I have spent to get one customer name and a number or whatever the contact details that you have requested. So that is how we calculate the cost per lead. But again, there is no actual business out here. These are just the leads that you have got. So then this is what happens digitally in terms of the Google ads or everything. And definitely if you are running an e-commerce company, then this would be the sales that would be happening out here. And there would be actual money that would be coming in at your end. But many a times when you are into a B2B space or maybe say into a high-end service space, then the actual transactions are not going to happen directly via Google ads. You would collect a form and then there would be some kind of an offline mechanism that you would have where you would try to convert this 45 inquiries that you have got into some type of actual customers or transactions that are there. So out of these 45 customers that are there, you would keep I would say prospects that you have received, you would start following up with them, and maybe say in a span of 1-2 weeks, whatever the sales cycle that you are having, you ideally do 5 transactions out of it. And let's say that you, per transaction you are earning say 20,000 rupees. So the offline conversion rate, so I have just taken it 10%. So out of this 45, around 4.55 conversions that you are getting, and per transaction you are making 20,000. So final revenue that you are getting is say 1 lakh rupees. So this is how the overall ROI you can calculate. So you have spent around 12,500 rupees per lead. It costed you say around 278 rupees. There are 45 leads that you got, out of which 5 actually got converted or 5 transactions happened. And ultimately you are making a revenue of maybe say 1 lakh rupees. Definitely there would be some additional cost in terms of your offline team sales or whatever team that is there that you will have to factor in. But so say for example, if I'm into a training institute which is selling a data science or maybe say a security, whatever different courses that are there, a typical value might be say 10,000 to 50,000 rupees per course, then it makes sense for me to run this Google AdWords. If I'm a solar panel company, definitely per transaction it might be say 50,000, 1 lakh rupee that I would be earning. If I'm a hair transplant doctor, then per transaction I'm earning like 50, 60,000. So then it makes sense for us to run this Google AdWords. Let's look at another scenario where maybe say you are a local courier company, or there is a local electrician who is there, or even a dentist that is there. So here, even the pay per click is less. Maybe say in the previous case, we were paying almost 12.5 rupees. Here we are paying 5 rupees for this. I would not go into all the other transactions, but ultimately then you are spending like say 5,000 rupees budget to get this 1,000 clicks that are there. But here the transaction that you are doing, maybe say by picking up a courier, or maybe say by doing some electrician or a plumbing work that is there, or even a dentist if you are, then the per transaction or per customer, you might be just earning 1,000 rupees for that particular transaction that is there. So here, even if I'm making maybe say 5 total transactions, the final revenue is just going to be 5,000 rupees. So for this type of businesses which are more local in nature, where the per transaction value is going to be very small, or if the lifetime value of the customer is not that high, then it might not make sense for us to run the Google AdWords. So again, maybe say if there are more questions after this session, we can definitely address this. Now coming to in terms of how the overall ad auction works, and again it's a very complex topic, but I will just highlight one point over here. So there is a concept of quality score that you would see when you start running your ads, and this more or less is related to 3 points that are there. And again, I will just highlight this landing page experience. So primarily what happens is, even if maybe say there are few advertisers that are there, the first advertiser is setting up the maximum bid as maybe say 2 rupees. Maybe say advertiser 4 is setting up the maximum bid as maybe say 8 rupees. But now since the quality score of this particular person or the first advertiser is more, the cost per click is actually less for this particular person who is running the ad. On the other hand, even if this person is spending a lot of maybe say per click, he's spending much more than the first advertiser. But since the quality score is very, very less, they are spending much more on the cost per click that is happening. So we need to take care of the ads that we are creating, the click-through rate, and more important, the landing page experience. So before we jump into the actual AdWords setting up the account, I will just take 1 minute in terms of showing what's an optimal landing page is going to be. So many a times what we have seen is that the person or the client or the business spends a lot of money in the Google AdWords, but they do not do a thorough job in terms of putting a very relevant and a good landing page. So what do we mean by a landing page? This is for a doctor that is there. So primarily see a person when a first time sees your, I would say your website, or maybe say comes on your website, you would be spending some money. Now we need to ensure that there is, the person has trust in your business. To establish the trust, there is one page that you have. So try to highlight the reviews that you have got. Try to highlight some of the case studies that are there. So for this doctor, the before after photos are the case studies for them. If there is any ISO certification, so there is a NABH certification that they have. So all those things are important, and there is a call to action button right on the top. Apart from that, since the core product of this clinic is the doctor, we need to highlight the particular doctor. What are the credentials that they are having? What are the awards that they have won? Apart from that, there are patient or the customer reviews that you would want to highlight. So this forms a very crucial component in the entire, I would say, Google AdWords. We have seen maybe say 70–80% of the clients, they would, I mean, start running the Google AdWords, but they do not give importance on this landing page. So this component is very, very crucial, because you would be spending a lot of money in terms of getting those clicks and getting the customers on your website. If the experience, if the trust is not being built, then the person is not going to leave the name and a number on your website. Just another example of a good landing page. So I'll just skip through. So I just search for PMP certification. So there is an ad that I see. Now I've just gone to this page. So there is a lot of, I would say, trust building that is happening in terms of they have given hardcore numbers. total students that they have trained and everything. Then there is a call to action that just came up. What benefits you get by doing this course. So there is a lot of trust building that is happening. Now specific to this particular company, they have said how are they going to be unique, certificate that they are going to provide. Many a times a person would want to know the price. So it's if you are able to share the price, it's always better to give a price. So a lot of details that are there. And if I'm going to this particular page, they have also shared a lot of detailed modules, the past students who have passed from here. So it's a very holistic experience that you get by looking at the landing page. And the chances of maybe say leaving in a name and your number on this type of a landing page is much more higher. So they have also highlighted the awards and the certification as a company that they would have got. So optimal landing page is really, really crucial in this entire Google AdWords. So let's start going deep down into just setting up a simple AdWords campaign. And honestly, I mean, people who would have just logged in into the Google AdWords, they would agree to this, that Google has made it very, very simple. I mean, you throw the money out there and your ads would start running. So starting is really, really easy. We'll just see in terms of how this would work. So once you enter into the Google, definitely they keeps changing the UI more or less a lot of time. But these are the four buckets that you would see. So primarily setting up the campaign where you would set up the location, you would set up your budget, you would set up how do you want to track the conversions and everything. Then there is a setup ad group. So within the ad group, you are able to define that, okay, what type of campaign that I would be setting up. Maybe say it's there are 4 or 5 different services that you are having. Then each ad group might become one service that is there. You would add keywords that are relevant out there. You would put some estimates that are there. So once you set up this ad group, you need to actually create the ad copy. So the ad copy is the final thing. Once you search in Google, the thing that you show gets shown on the top. That is what we mean by the ad copy and everything. And ultimately, once you create the ad copy, it's just final confirmation in terms of the billing details and everything. So let's just quickly maybe say take 5 to 7 minutes view in terms of how do we actually set up a campaign. So here I'm into setting up a real campaign. So once you start, Google will ask in terms of what type of campaign you would want. Predominantly, there are different type of campaigns, as we said. We would stick to the search campaign for now. Once we go through that, it would ask in terms of how do you want to measure the goals. So there might be a website visit, or you might want to calculate a goal by if you get a call, or maybe say if you have a mobile app, you would want to put the downloads. Or ultimately for many of the B2B companies, it is more in terms of I would want to capture the leads. Let's assume that I am setting up a campaign for a project management course that is there. So we are entering the course name over here. Google would primarily try to push both the search and a display, but ideally it's best to start with just by ignoring the display, because the conversions are not that great in display for many of the categories. So we didn't select the display. You can select the start date, end date. There are some other criteria that are there. Primarily, it has a very good structure in terms of what are different locations that you would want to choose. So by city, you can choose, by an area, you can choose, by pin code, you can choose. So all those capability it gives us. And again, it gives us the capability in terms of if you want to exclude, include, or nearby, and all those things that can be done. So there is a good, I would say, location targeting that is available for us. One of the core important criteria is in terms of the bidding strategy. So conversions, bidding strategy. So it's a bit complex topic, so I would not go into detail, but primarily there, it would allow you to choose maybe say a predefined set of conversion tracking, or maybe say things that are there where Google would primarily run the campaign on their own. So these are some of the bidding strategies that are there. Ideally, if you know how to set up a campaign, it would be good if you can start with a manual CPC for now. This is how we try to, I mean, it gives us a different flexibility in terms of setting up the conversions, what type of conversions you would want a phone call, or maybe say a website form filling. Then there are things around ad schedule. So you can choose your ad to be displayed on a particular day between so and so time. So there are different things that are there. So ideally, I mean, to start with, you can keep everything as default, because more or less a lot of difference it would not make. Definitely, it would help in the overall optimizations once you start the campaign. But if you want to quickly get started, then this is, I would say, whatever things that are, whatever you understand, we are good to go. So again, based on my business and everything, you can choose the location. So primarily, this is where maybe say the first campaign setting more or less ends, and we get into the second step, which is more in terms of setting up the ad groups. So now project management, within that, there can be different PMP certification or a Prince2 certification. So I'm just giving a name as a PMP certification. I would be able to put up a default bid type of a thing. And again, this is one of the landing page that we would see. But yeah, so what it gives the flexibility is that if you are not aware about the keyword or anything, then what Google AdWords give you the flexibility is in terms of putting up any website that you know that your competition website or even any other website that is there. So ideally, what it would do is it would fetch all the keywords that are relevant for this particular keywords website. So this is a very good feature that Google AdWords has. Primarily, there will be a lot of noise or a junk that would also come, because this is not the exact keywords that you are individually choosing. You are taking a competition, or you are taking some other product, and you are just trying to see what can be the keywords that are there. So, but again, here is primarily you put up something. There are multiple keywords that you see over here. You can keep adding more. And once you, ideally what you can do is predominantly based on this, you would be able to add the different keywords that are there. So one is that method in terms of where you ideally enter a particular website and then you get keyword references. The other option is maybe say you go to a keyword planner, which again is a tool of Google AdWords, and you would be able to choose different keywords that are there. The other is also there are multiple. So SEMrush is one tool that is there. So you would be able to go to those particular. Just a minute. I think I lost. That's yeah. Yeah, so coming back to this, so you would be able to go to SEMrush or any of the tools that are there, and from there you might be able to pick up different keywords that are there. And what you need to do is you will have to just enter all those keywords that we are seeing over here. So different keywords that are there, and here based on the budget, based on the maybe say the actual CPC, the default bid that you put, a lot of things would vary. Say for example, it would give you an indication in terms of how many clicks that we are going to get per day. So there are like the current bid, maybe say the total budget that I am having is of say 1,000 rupees. And based on that, it is telling me that, okay, per day you would be spending like 270 rupees, on which you would be getting like 12 clicks. And the average CPC is going to be like 23 rupees. So everything is under your control in terms of if you want to just make this 10, that is also doable. But in that case, what would happen is your clicks per day would ideally reduce. So all those different facilities are available. And again, maybe say once you start playing around with the campaign, you would start getting a better understanding how everything works. So now let's go in terms of actually setting up a ad copy and everything. So this again, it's a very simple process in terms of it gives you visibility in terms of putting up a particular URL where you would, so this is the landing page as we say. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this URL that is there for some other website that is running right now. So I have taken the URL from this particular website. Headline also, so currently they are running Google Ads. I'm just going to copy and I'm just going to paste over here. So you would see that as you start entering the details on the left-hand side, you would actually see how your ad is going to look on the right-hand side. So over here, so the website URL is coming up. The ad copy is now start coming up. Whatever I put over here, the display path and everything, it starts showing up over here. So as we said that the setting up of the AdWords is very, very easy. in terms of whatever things that are required. So the keywords you are able to easily choose, the ad copy you are able to easily enter over here. So all those things, I'm just entering the description and everything. So primarily, if you look at it, there are more things that you can do. But at a very basic level, now you can see your ad actually how it is going to look like. So these are the call extensions and different things that are there. But primarily, this is what we entered right now. So everything is very straightforward when you actually start running your campaign. So I'm just going to scroll and maybe say go to the next step. So as I said in the confirmation, it's nothing in terms of since I have already set up my billing account and everything, it would just show in terms of overall how this campaign is going to look like, what are the cities that I have chosen, what is the daily budget, what is the cost, what is the click and everything. So it gives me a brief snapshot of whatever I have chosen. And primarily I can just go ahead with and continue on the campaign. So once I do that, then you are into this active campaign mode that is there. And from here, you would be able to see the clicks, the impressions, and all those things that are there. So again, let me just quickly walk you through in terms of how the overall, if you are actually running a Google AdWords, then what all different things you would see over here. So this is a live campaign. If I were to just study, there are clicks that are over here. Then there are maybe say CTR. So all the different, I would say, jargons that we earlier saw. So you would be able to quickly see how things are over here. Google also shows a lot of recommendations in terms of things that you can self-optimize. So a lot of details for you to actually track and understand. So the things would definitely get a bit more complex if we start going through each and every detail. But primarily, if we have to just keep going down, so here you would see, yeah. So as I said, that recommendations that are there, actually these are campaigns here we are able to see. So what are the different campaigns that are there? There are different ad groups that we would see. So primarily, this is how the overall campaigns that you would see. I am not going to into detail a lot of things right now. Just going into one of the campaigns, and these are the actual keywords that you would see. And here you would see that, okay, how many clicks that I'm getting, what was the max CPC on a particular keyword. So there is a lot of pinpointed approach that can be done. So impressions, the click-through rates that is there. So say, for example, best hair transplant in Jaipur, the CTR is really, really good. So I'm getting a lot of conversions, but again, there is something wrong. Maybe say the cost per conversion is high. So I'm able to actually see a lot of details once I go at the keyword level. One of the important criteria is also the negative keyword. So many a times what happens is predominantly you start running a campaign, and there are a lot of clicks that you would get, maybe say side effects, technology, video. So these are all informational in nature. And over a period of time, we do not get transaction on this type of keyword. So you can play around. I mean, you will have to constantly add keywords in the negative list that is there. So there are few other points that are there in terms of the demographics, the audience and everything. So I would just skip as of now. So you also get a lot of visibility in terms of what type of devices people are using, where the traffic is coming from. And as everyone knows, a lot of traffic is now coming from mobile. So, but all these insights, once you start running, so there is the ads, the extensions, the landing pages, the keywords, the audience, the demographics, the devices. So all those things you would be able to constantly monitor and see via your active campaign that is there. So just a few pointers before we close is more in terms of it's easy to set up, but at the same time to start mastering the AdWords, to actually start optimizing the ad and the ROI and everything. We need to understand a few of the basic things in terms of there has to be a proper structure that we create for the entire ad account that is there. So this might be at a company level. Now this is a say training institute that is there. So they would be having a different course, like a network security course that is there. So a different ad campaign that is there. There are different ad groups, and within each ad group, there will be keywords and landing pages that would be mapped. The another ad campaign might be of a project management courses that are there. So within that also, I might want to split it by PMP certification and Prince2 certification, because the messaging on the landing page would be different. So I'm just trying to see how I can optimize the particular person who is coming on a particular landing page. So ideally, I would want to keep this as separate versus just having a single landing page and pushing all the keywords within one. So this is how we try to optimize the ad campaigns. There are also, you can run on your own brand names and everything. So brand and competition keyword campaigns are also something that you can run. One of the core thing is how do you set your each keyword matches that are there. So for each keyword, Google would give you maybe say a broad match modifier, phrase, exact. So exact is something which is more transactional and more relevant in nature. If you are looking for more branding and a reach, then you can keep your keywords at a broad level. Also, when you start, you can start at a broad level, then you can slowly move into phrase and exact type of a thing. Bidding strategies, as we discussed earlier, this is again a complex topic, but you can start with a manual cost per click. Then you can go to manual, enhance CPC. Then there is a maximize conversion. So Google starts taking into automating some of the things for you. So target cost per acquisition campaigns that can be, different conversion data that is there. So just to summarize, see, Google AdWords is easy to start. With a good amount of understanding of your keywords, background and everything. If you spend maybe say a couple of days experimenting with the Google AdWords account, I believe you should be able to set it up. But at the same time, to start understanding the nuances, there are multiple things that might go wrong. And right from maybe say if I'm choosing a lot of broad match keywords, if I'm not taking into account the negative keywords that are there, the CTR and everything. Conversion tracking I'm not putting. The CPC and everything. So there are things that might go wrong, but again, these are things that can be learned over a period of time. Just a friendly, advice. Primarily, Google is there to make money. So once you start pumping in money into your AdWords account, you might start getting a call from Google reps, or even within your recommendations bar, you would start showing that, okay, Google is recommending for a target CPA. So they would ideally want to push their revenue up. So don't blindly follow the recommendations, both within the system that you are getting and also the Google rep who is telling. So ideally, hear them out, but at the same time, just know that many a times those strategies that whatever they are suggesting might not be the right things. Yeah, so that summarizes the overall thing. The topic is much more complex, but I tried to cover both in terms of how the, what type of businesses can do, and also quickly we went through the overall AdWords setup and everything. So open for questions now.
Great, Chirag, thanks very much for this. Hugely insightful. Couple of questions that have come in here. Let me start off with, this spends issue is a big one. And therefore, the question here is, how do you determine the right spends at the time of starting an experiment like this? How do you understand what's a good time to increase your expenses? People are asking really about what's good spend. Is 500 rupees a day a good spend? Is 1,000 rupees a day a good spend? How does it change by industry, and what's the right way of fixing this?
Sure. So see, as some of the answers were anyways there in the question itself. So it changes by industry and everything. And I would not get into the industry specific numbers and all. But see, how you need to do is whenever you start a campaign, you start it, maybe say whatever, some people are more comfortable putting a daily budget. At my end also, when I was starting my own campaign, I put up a 500 rupee per day limit type of a thing. So within 7 days, I start understanding that, okay, what are the clicks, what are the conversions type of a thing that we are getting. We also start understanding what are the keywords, on which keywords the clicks are coming. And then if I need to push some of the keywords into the negative keywords. For me, the math is, ideally, this is something that people will have to constantly keep into mind. Whatever they are spending, actually there would be leads that would be coming. And the spends, they can increase and decrease based on the comfort factor that they are having. Based on the ROI that they are actually getting. A lot would also depend for some of the business, the inquiries, they might be getting a lot of leads. But if the actual leads are not getting converted, then also they might want to decrease the spend, or maybe say they might want to change the keywords. So ideally the spend answer is more in terms of constant understanding of the campaign as soon as you start. and maybe say optimizing the campaign. So wherever you see that, okay, this particular keyword or this particular ad group is giving me better results, you can increase your spend over there. So I know, I mean, I don't have a short answer to this, but ideally it's more in terms of understanding the data points that Google AdWords is throwing at you. And that is how you would be able to determine your spend. But for any business, maybe say, ideally, if you are willing to have a daily spend of say, maybe say 500 to 1,000 rupees per day, at least you would get a sense in terms of what is the cost per click that is going to come, what type of keywords are getting clicked. If a person is coming to your website, are they actually filling in the data or not? So normally how we put this is to our clients also, I mean, people should go with a mentality that if their users are searching for their particular products or services online, there is, I mean, Google AdWords is a good channel to try out. Put up a maybe say a 2-month type of a timeline for them. Try to maybe say have a budget, a monthly budget of maybe say 15,000, 20,000, whatever I mean spends that they are okay with. And if I'm able to do experiments with this type of a budget for 2-3 months, I would have most of the answers that we are looking for. And then maybe say during the course of these 3 months, we would have identified what is working, what is not working. So ideally don't go for maybe say first month mein 50,000 dal diya, or maybe say first month mein I would want to spend 75,000. Do that. I mean, if you know the stuff, then definitely it makes sense. But so yeah.
Chirag, the other question really is around, do bigger spenders have an advantage? You know, so if I'm spending say 1,000 rupees and in that category somebody else is spending 4,000 rupees, then the chances that he gets shown more times is of course higher. But is that also likely to weigh in terms of quality? Is it that because I spend more, Google will give me better quality leads, or it will give me more leads? What's your sense on that?
Sure. So see, definitely if I am a higher spender, there might be some brownie points that I'm getting. But at the same time, Google would factor in, I mean, so they have this algorithm where they say that I'm going to reward the people who is having a good quality score, who is having a good CTR and everything. So if there is a shitty website and even the ad copy is not that great, but at the same time, these people are, I mean, maybe say belong to a bigger organization for which this particular service or a product is not of that much value. But at the same time, they are having a lot of money to spend. So they would definitely get more leads. But at the same time, if you open up their Google AdWords account, and if we look at our Google AdWords account, maybe say the cost per lead that they are paying might be higher versus the cost per lead that we are paying. So things around having a very optimal landing page, having the right AdWord copy, the click-through rate and everything. So ad relevance and all those things. To answer, so there might be some brownie points, but at the same time, I would say it doesn't mean that if I'm having more money, that means that I'm going to be shown more, or I'm going to be having much more advantage versus a person who is spending less.
A question around bidding strategy. What should be the focus in terms of bidding strategy for a service-based company?
Sure. So see, for a service-based company, primarily what we have seen is start with, and this is more applicable for a lot of, I would say, product-based companies also, or e-com companies also. So start with more of a manual cost per click. Because as soon as I put more of an enhanced bidding strategy and everything, Google would take it to a level which maybe say I start a campaign at 5 rupees. If I increase it now to maybe say enhanced CPC or more of other automated bidding strategies that are there, Google would directly maybe say take it to from 5 rupees to say 12 rupees. Then I would not get a sense in terms of what is the best bid strategy that I need to get to. So initially, when you are working on a manual or maybe say enhanced manual CPC also, the results would be a bit less, because you would have to, on a daily basis, you will have to see how the bids are increasing, decreasing, what is the ideal bid that you would want to say. So it might be, maybe say the campaign might be 10 to 15 days a bit slower to get the understanding, but starting with, I would say, manual and an enhanced manual CPC is a good way. And then maybe say once you have like 15, 20 or 30 conversions in your, I mean, AdWords account, then you might just try out the target CPA. per acquisition type of a thing, because most of the B2B companies, they would be looking at more as a leads as the end goal. So those are the strategies that can be tried out.
What can be the maximum cost per click bid limit for new campaigns?
It depends on a industry to industry basis. So say, for example, if I'm into an education industry, like we are doing a campaign for a education company. So there we are getting a cost per click for maybe say engineering courses, or maybe say management courses, even a doctor PG course type of a thing for 7-8 rupees. So that's the click thing. But for maybe say another client who is a hair transplant doctor, I would not get any clicks if the bid is below 20 rupees or so. So it all depends on the categories and the subcategories also. I don't know. I mean, that was the question, Venkat.
I'm assuming because it's on the chat.
Sure.
And
Okay. Fair.
Last question, Chirag.
Sure.
Changes of landing page. How frequently should these be changed while we're experimenting? Is 10 days, 15 days? What's a good experiment time for a campaign landing page?
So see, one is I would not even make it more complex, because see, if I'm running a e-commerce company, or if I'm running a big I would say product company or e-commerce companies, then it would make sense for me to do. People would have heard a lot of jargons about A/B testing and all those things. So primarily for a services company, a B2B company, a very in-depth A/B testing is might not even be required. What you need to do is ideally take enough amount of time to create the first landing page that covers most of the things. So look at a different landing page of bigger companies in your area or even in another area. The first landing page that you are creating, try to make it more holistic, try to build the trust, because see, ideally a person is not knowing you when he first searches you in Google. Your ad would show, they would come to your website. They have no clue who you are. They do not know what is why they should do a transaction, or why they should even be leaving a name and a number. So unless and until you have brand, primarily put a lot of focus in terms of how do you do the trust building. So trust building would happen by primarily showing your customer reviews, or maybe say by showing some reviews, Google reviews that you would have got, some awards if you are a ISO certified. So all those things you need to put it in more a pleasant way. When I say a pleasant way, it's more in terms of a lot of searches would be happening in Google, and in mobile and everything. So just make the overall experience a soothing experience, and also leave a good call to action button, or maybe say a form, or even maybe say a WhatsApp chat type of a thing, where you are just making it easy for the person to transact with you. So once you are live with this particular landing page, what you can do is maybe say after 15 days, you can speak to some of the people who would have filled in your forms and everything. And you can just check with them that, okay, what is the things that they would advise. So based on the customer feedback, also if you, while you all are also running the ads, Google would start throwing you some quality score for a particular keyword. So you would understand that, okay, I have missed out. I'm targeting for a particular keyword, but at the same time, that keyword is not included in my landing page. So you might want to create a separate landing page, or you might want to insert additional text on this landing page. So those things you can start doing. But I mean, so this is how you might want to optimize the landing page. So there is no big, I would want to optimize it after 15 days, 30 days type of a thing.
There is one more question. What are the important things to be kept in mind for creating a lead gen form? Are there any specific information that should be taken care of?
So it's just the form that we are talking about?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So see, I would want to keep it simple, because many a times we try to include and capture a lot of things in the first go. So the more number of forms or maybe say this fields that you are putting, you are increasing the resistance at the customer end. So if you feel that, okay, that naam number mil gaya, that is more than good enough, then ideally you might also want to do that. But at the same time, if you feel that a lot of junk leads are coming, and you might want to put in an additional criteria saying that what is your budget for a particular service or a product, that actually starts filtering the quality of the leads. So maybe say my thing is, if you're just starting out, just keep it simple. If you feel that there are a lot of junk leads that are coming in, try to then put some more questions, which ideally you would ask on your first call. Maybe say, what is your budget? Or maybe say which city you are located in, or how soon do you want to complete the transaction? So how big is your company size? So those type of filtering you can start doing. And don't make it more complex. Many a times people try to automate things in terms of country ka code dalna hai and all those things. So don't complicate things. Keep it simple. I mean, if you are just AdWords are in India, give a simple 10-digit mobile number field type of a thing. So lesser validations and also these things also help you a lot. Yeah.
Chirag, that's about all we have. I appreciate immensely you taking the time and taking us through this journey. Thank you very much. Thank you, audience, for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back next Friday. Chirag, thanks once again, and
Sure.
have a great weekend.
Yeah. Thank you, Venkat, for hosting us. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening ahead. Yeah. Bye-bye.